If you go to weigh yourself thinking you're in a calorie deficit and your weight's actually gone up or stayed the same, you might not actually be doing anything wrong. Randomly weighing yourself once a fortnight is a borderline useless way of measuring your progress. And I'm going to tell you why, but I'm going to relate it to money. Let's say you get paid on the 1st of every month. If you check your bank account the very next day, you probably feel like you're in a better financial position than you really are. But you're not accounting for all the bills you have and all the expenses you have for the rest of the month. And if you were to check your bank account the day before you get paid, you probably feel pretty demotivated. But what you really want to know is your net position over time, whether it be weeks or months. But you might be asking, how is that the same as weighing yourself? If you're weighing yourself randomly, it's a snapshot of one point in time. But here's the thing, your daily scale weight can fluctuate quite a few kilos either way, depending on a number of factors. Some of these include your sodium intake, so the amount of salt you had in the days prior. Say for example, you had sushi for lunch with a bit of soy sauce. Your scale weight for that day you weigh yourself might be heightened because sodium draws in more water. The same thing happens with carbohydrate intake. If you had more carbs the day before, you might notice a small weight spike, but that can also work in the opposite direction and you might have a lower scale weight. Other things like fiber can influence how much food is actually in your gut at any given time as well. And all of these things together can amount to more than just a few hundred grams difference either way. You could very easily weigh a few kilos either side if you weighed yourself Monday versus Tuesday. So if you are going to use scale weight as a tool, I recommend using at least 3 times per week, ideally up to every day for the most accuracy. What you then want to do is find an average scale weight for that week. And that's the number you're going to compare week to week to make sure you're actually in a deficit. So before you go and cut your calories even further, maybe consider weighing yourself one more day in the week. A pair of bathroom scales from Kmart only cost $15 and they're actually remarkably accurate. You don't need to go and spend $150 on a body fat analysis scale, as there's much better, more accurate, free or cheap alternatives that you can use.